Terrell Owens in one way. It's like, you got all these crazy comparisons. How do you sort of internalize that and not get a big head about it? And then, who do you feel like your player comp is?
I definitely watch a lot of those guys' film just to kind of emulate my game after them. But, words like that, like from Ty and stuff, definitely boost confidence a little bit, make me feel a little bit more comfortable helping him out, kind of being his security blanket, kind of being there for him. There was times where I actually got mad at Ty in games where it was like, I'm right there, dude, just throw it to me so you don't have to take the hit and stuff like that. I'm like, you're calling me your security blanket, you're calling me like your help, man, but it's like, dude, you got to use me as your help. But yeah, I watch George Kittle, I watch Sam Laporta, I watch Travis Kelce, all just kind of like for finesse reasons, for their aggression, their point of attack, and I mean, that's just somebody I try and be on the field.
Josh, when you compare and contrast Nick Saban and Kalen DeBoer, what were you able to go ahead and take from both of these coaches?
I've never played under Coach Saban.
Okay.
So I've always been with Coach DeBoer from Washington up until now. But I can say that that the fans need to have the utmost trust in Coach DeBoer. He knows how to take a team and turn them into a national championship contesting team. And once everybody's really bought into his process, I think he's going to do great things with that program.
He made that jump between Cal Poly to Washington and Alabama. Alabama's getting a center from Cal Poly. Have you ever met Grayson, or what kind of went into that jump, or between levels, I guess? What worked for you?
Yeah, I think this coaching staff does a great job going out into the country and recruiting talent.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's always something that I've figured too, even out of high school. I went to a small little high school, and I never would have thought like I'd be playing Division I football just because of the exposure I'd be getting. But there's great coaches out there, and if you have the talent, they're going to find you. It doesn't matter if you went to these camps. It doesn't matter if you're a 5-star, 2-star. It doesn't matter. So they're going to find talent.
So when you,
yeah, go ahead.
I don't know, coming to Alabama, hearing the recruiting pitch of this is what life is going to be like at Bama, do you feel like that same, energy of whether it's teams facing you, we want to beat Bama? Do you still feel like that energy, that pride of what Alabama is?
Yeah, absolutely. Alabama's not for everybody. And once you step through those doors, you can feel that respect that you need to have. You can feel the standard that's set. And with the history that's behind the program, you have no choice but to kind of be around success and be around the history of kind of national championships and SEC championships and things like that. So you'll still have guys, former players, walking through the building. We have Haha, we have Chapman, we have Denzel, we have all those guys who are still with us, who are still showing us that standard and kind of getting on us during workouts, this and that. It's like, yeah, this is supposed to be 10 reps, but you should be doing 20, because that's a standard that's needing to be set.
So when you were at Cal Poly, you said you planned to stay 4 years. Was the idea you're going to be there 4 years, you're going to come out as a dominant small school player, or what was the mentality?
Exactly. I figured I'd go to a pro day somewhere else. We have a Cal Poly player playing in the Super Bowl, Elijah Ponder.
Okay.
Came out of Cal Poly, so and he's doing great in the league right now, playing for that Super Bowl. But yeah, I had never thought about the transfer portal. I had no idea what it was going into college until my high school coach hit me up, and he's like, "Hey, have you ever thought about kind of taking that route?" And I was like, "No, but I'll consider it." So.
Was it something where you tried it just to see what would happen, and Washington pops up? Was it that
Yeah,
kind of? Okay.
yeah. I wasn't expecting big Pac-12 teams at all from the Big Sky. I was expecting maybe next step, maybe even maybe some Mountain West teams, or some closer to that, but maybe a little bit more exposure. But straight to Pac-12 was something that was a surprise to me. Yeah.
And it was too good to be true, I guess.
Almost, yeah.
So,
Josh, when head coaches and GMs, they're watching your tape, what game are you telling them to watch?
From this past year, definitely Oklahoma. I feel like I had more of a chip on my shoulder that game, and both of them. That first one just kind of coming off a loss in 2024, kind of getting a little bit manhandled by a few of the defensive ends a little bit. So, that preparation going into that week wasn't much of a change for me in terms of my routine, but I felt more pride in taking that that preparation there.
Josh, even though you didn't play for Saban, his influence is still very much felt around the building in terms of what he's brought in terms of the lore of the place. They won national championships. Do you hear a lot of different stories about some of your other teammates or what it was like to play for him, and as well as embrace the history of what Saban, let alone what Bear Bryant is, you know, that they have their own Hall of Fame there right next to the stadium?
Yeah, you hear stories all the time. I mean, from guys like Tim Keenan and Deontay Lawson, who played under them and who have been in Alabama for a while. And I mean, their leadership coming into this 2025 year was just so invaluable. Kind of just knowing that standard that Coach Saban said, knowing what standard needed to be upheld to win a national championship, because ultimately that's what every college football team is trying to reach for, is that national championship. And Deontay Lawson and Tim Keenan, they know what it takes to get there.